Good evening to those who listen. It's April 16th, 2019, 6:16 p.m. And I decided to do a follow-up to the Nostradamus prediction of the Notre Dame fire and collapse. So I got a little more information this time. But if you remember, I originally did the story and I used Jessica Adams as British astrologer Jessica Adams, because she was like the first one to report it. And she was like all over it, even while the fire was still burning. She already published her thing about Nostradamus predicting this. And I wanted to show you one other thing too. If you happen to go onto Google and you put in Nostradamus Notre Dame, here's what you come up with. Wow, now mine's on the very top. Mine was second before. It was that Sputnik International. That's crazy. And now mine's on the top there. Top story. Well, that's why I was getting all the attention, because it was one of the top ones on the list. And then if you go down just a little bit, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one down is the Jessica Adams one. And then there's some other ones. There's a Paul Bagley, and I said the Sputniks, and then there's another one. That was against it. Whatever. So I thought that was kind of neat in a way, because the only thing is I was demonetized, but now I'm finally monetized. So I lost a lot of views, like over 40,000 for sure, maybe 50,000. 50,000 views I lost, which would have been a nice chunk of change. But I don't know why they demonetized it in the first place. I mean, lots of people are doing stories on Nostradamus. All right, so here's Sputnik News. And that reminds me, I need to put that all in the... I'll have to remember that. So please remind me. Just kidding. That, I need to put those links in here too, so otherwise I'll forget. So don't get rid of them. Okay. Notre Dame fire, shock. Claim Nostradamus predicted the disaster. So he's already predicted stuff. You know, there's lots of predictions that people have said have come true. The Great Fire of London in 1666, death of Henry II, and the rise of Adolf Hitler. But then a lot of people think that, anybody could look into those prophecies and make it up themselves, you know, to make it fit. But Jessica Adams, she did the prediction right away and put it up there, and she's an astrologer. So we'll take a look at that. I'm not going to go through every single thing. It'll take forever. But we got the Notre Dame incident. This is what she thinks from the quatrain from Nostradamus. And she believes that this foretold yesterday and the burning down of Notre Dame Cathedral. The head of Aries, Jupiter and Saturn, God eternal, but changes can be expected. Following a long century, evil will return. France and Italy, what emotions will you undergo? So, Jessica Adams claims that the placement of the planets and zodiac signs for April 15th, yesterday, matched what happened on Monday. So we have here is Chiron, indeed, at the head of Aries, at just 3 degrees of the zodiac sign. The sun burning orange at sunset in Paris as Notre Dame fell is also in Aries in this astrological chart set for Monday, 15th April 2019 at 5:50 p.m. Paris, France. I want to say something right off the bat too. I'm not so much believing that Nostradamus, I believe that he could be a prophet. He could be given these predictions in advance, given these, whatever, however he got them in dreams or whatever. But I believe it also could be from the devil. So when I'm talking about all of this, it's not so much that I'm into Nostradamus. I always usually stay away from all the stuff from Nostradamus because I don't think it's right. But yeah. So it could be, he could be getting all this stuff and predicting the future. Yeah, but it might not be from God. It could be from the devil. So, that could also happen. But anyway, I'm just showing that this did happen. Something happened here, and it looks like it fits. All right, so the shock of the moment is shown by Uranus at 2 Taurus, making an almost exact semi-sextile to Chiron. In fact, this is a lineup which could only happen once every 80 years. The moon is at 3 Virgo, exactly quincunx Chiron. So, that's just a weird alignment too. Every 80 years. What is Chiron? A symbol of people and organizations which are audacious, outrageous, which get away with the so-called impossible. And then in a moment, I will look at WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, well-known Syria Files post from them some years ago called the Notre Dame Prophecy. The Notre Dame Prophecy, Julian Assange. Now, we need to look into that too. So don't let me forget that. Let me put that over there. The Notre Dame Prophecy, because I don't want to skip that. Now, she also mentions Julian Assange and hers, the Jessica Adams. And then I put it in my video too. And it was weird how he has a beard now, and how, if you look at the pictures side by side, they kind of look really alike. Back to this though, but let's let that load up. All right, so it is weird. Maybe I'm going to throw this as a possibility. What if Julian Assange knew that ahead of time that the Notre Dame Cathedral was going to burn and the spire was going to fall? What if he knew that this was going to happen in advance, and that's why they got him out of there? I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just throwing that out there. I heard there was some other stuff he was that was going to be put out, like codes that's, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something that they were worried about. But maybe it was this. So that's another little thing to think about. I'm not saying that is true, but I'm just throwing that out there. So when the fire was burning, Macron, French president, he came on and said Notre Dame. This is in Twitter too, and it was him and UNESCO also made a statement on Twitter. Notre Dame is engulfed in flames, emotion of the whole nation, and that's where the emotion part from the quatrain came from. Also, with the Catholics and all the French, like all citizens, I am sad to see this part of us burn. So that was really weird too. Emotion appears in the 4th line, while part of the president's name, which is translated from Hebrew as God with us, is on the 2nd line. And of course, the Notre Dame fire broke out during the Holy Week, came at a time when the Catholic Church has been rocked by a widening sexual abuse scandal. So now, if you go back to this, France and Italy, what emotions will you undergo? And then God eternal, what changes can be expected? Maybe they're talking about the Catholic Church, the one in the Vatican in Italy, and maybe this one in France. Maybe there's going to be changes in the church, which, could be. And definitely a lot of changes with the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church in Italy. All right. All right, last week, Pope Benedict blamed sexual abuse in the clergy on the all-out sexual freedom of the 60s. Some scaremongers say this could be a sign of the end of the times, not a saying. Wow. So here's a few pictures. There's the spire. And there's actually a video, but we're not going to go through the video. Here's a picture after the fire, and they took a picture, and it looks kind of eerie looking, with the sun shining in, and the smoke and the dust is coming up, and those weird clouds down there. The weird smoke down there at the bottom. I don't know, just kind of weird. The altar and altar cross were preserved, sign from God. Remember, they also saved the crown of thorns. Now, stay tuned for another video I'm going to put out about the iPet goat. There's some more stuff that we have found. Actually, other people have found. I found a few little weird things, and then I had a bunch of other people commenting, and we're going to look into that because some people had some really good ideas and stuff that I didn't see that could also be part of of a message. So stay tuned for that too. Okay. Oh, there was another thing that happened too, which is very strange. A small fire broke out inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem at the same exact time that the fire was in Notre Dame. But that one was put out swiftly, but it's just weird. At the exact same time, not just the same day, but the exact same time. And we know that these are the holiest of holy sites in the world. And it's just another weird thing that's going on lately. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, now I got a little information about the billionaires that are going to help rebuild. They've already put up money. 3 of the wealthiest French families have already put up money to rebuild Notre Dame. And I'm sure there's going to be lots more coming. Let's just take a look at this. And this is coming from CNN Business, London. France's 3 wealthiest families are coming to the rescue of a national icon, spearheading a fundraising drive to rebuild Notre Dame that has topped $700 million. Okay, so we got LVMH, Kering, and L'Oreal. So LVMH is CEO is Bernard Arnault, and he's promising $226 million. And that donation has also been matched by L'Oreal, the Bettencourt Myers family. And then the Penault family, which operates luxury conglomerate Kering, has pledged $113 million. Three fashion dynasties have invoked patriotism, shared cultural identity, and explaining their generosity following the devastating fire. We also got oil and gas company Total, $113 million, and consulting firm Capgemini will give $1.1 million. So they've already reached $700 million. So LVMH also owns Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, and Givenchy. Okay, now I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to scroll down. Come on now. Bettencourt family, we don't need to know exactly who owns what and what, all that. Church is 850 years old. Fire took 9 hours to extinguish. Okay. Going on to the next thing. You got to remember to put these in, those links. Thank you to all the contributors to these stories that are in here. This comes from Wikipedia. Notre-Dame de Paris. So, and again, I'll put the link in there because there's just so much in here. The cathedral was consecrated to the Virgin Mary considered to be one of the finest examples of French Gothic architecture. I'm going to just go through a few things here and there because there's just so much in here. And again, you guys can go through that. There's 10 bells in the cathedral. If you remember, my dream from the March Madness thing that happened had all these 10s in it. I'm not saying that that has anything to do with it, but 10 bells was kind of a weird thing, so I just thought I'd mention it. The cathedral was begun in 1160 and largely complete by 1260. 100 years. Wow. And it's gone through quite a bit. And of course, there was the book by Victor Hugo, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And this thing is going, it's got this stuff on there. This is from now the UNESCO World Heritage Site, too. Started in 1991. And they were the ones also, which I didn't see in that article. But UNESCO also had a Twitter announcement saying great emotion or something about emotion in there too, which was really crazy. So this just goes through the initial construction and all the renovations that were made. There's some interesting pictures in here too of the architecture and the construction of this. And the Notre Dame Cathedral used to be the tallest building in France, or at least in Paris. And then, obviously, when the Eiffel Tower was built, that beat it. And then they got some information already about fire. Said it happened at 6:30 local time over there in Paris. "500 firefighters. They removed some of the statues and other artifacts before this happened, some of it at least. And we know that, okay, now over here on the towers on the west facade, you can see that middle circle in the middle there. That's what a lot of people thought that iPet Goat was predicting, and we'll take a look at that in the next video. But that's immediately what I thought it was that. And if you look at the one to the right of the first picture on the left, spire, if you look, you got that circle thing over there too, which also looks like the one from iPet Goat. We will take a look at that soon, I promise you. And then some more of the gargoyles and the statues and stuff all over the architecture of this. Gargoyles were the rain spouts of the cathedral. And then some more of the stained glass windows. All right, this is too long. I can't scroll. It's getting frozen. All right, so what else do we got for Notre Dame? There's something somebody put a comment on about the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the movie, the cartoon movie. I believe that was 96. And the Esmeralda had a pet goat. So that's kind of strange, a pet goat. And then iPet Goat. And then Notre Dame. I don't know, it's just a weird coincidence if it is a coincidence. But the goat wound up eating right here in this scene right here. See the goat the hunch blog of Notre Dame? He's looking at those sheep, those toy sheep, and he eats toy sheep. Goat eating a sheep. Wonder what that could represent. Just something interesting that somebody brought up in a comment. And then what else do we got? Oh, this is where I was showing you I already had that. If mine was second on the list, and now it's first on the list, which is crazy. But I'm happy in a way. I just wish I would have got the whole full views money for that. And one more thing over here. No, that's same thing. There's a different one. Why is this on here? Oh, the prophecy. That's what, yeah, we got to check the Notre Dame prophecy. Where is that at? How come we don't see it? Prophecies with the C. I thought so. I think I spelled it wrong. It might be the last fire. 10 hours. Watchman on the wall. Notre Dame tragedy may not be the last fire. Fox News. What's this? Bible. See more of the Bible and prophecy. So we got some different things, but what about Julian Assange's? All right, let's check this one out really fast, and then I'm going to also do Assange's Notre Dame prophecy. It's weird. It's really going slow now. I was thinking maybe that was the reason that they didn't like my video, because maybe I was talking about Julian Assange. Maybe he had something, parts or something. I don't know. Still is not giving it to me. Weird. Centuries of history burned in the Notre Dame fire. Were they trying to burn information? Why can't we find... Is Google suppressing the Notre Dame prophecy from Assange? What is going on?
We have breaking news out of Paris. We're getting word of what appears to be a fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral. You can see the smoke in these pictures.
Sorry, we're getting part of the video, I think, here now. Started. Even though it's not showing us. I just wanted to see what it was. Prophecy News Update. Okay, I just want to see if this has like a description. But isn't it strange that we can't find the Notre Dame prophecy? What's going on with that? That's crazy. Well, this thing's not loading very well. I gotta put all these links in still. Except maybe this one, I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's taking forever to load. And it was running nice and smooth earlier, but now we're having some problems. No, now it shows my battery's dying. What? I had it charging. All right, we're going to have to end this. Yeah. If somebody else has any information on Julian Assange's prophecy, the Notre Dame prophecy, please put it in the comments. It's interesting news for sure. This one's just not loading, so I'm just going to give up on it. Get rid of it. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Get ready for an iPad Goat update, which should be maybe more interesting than this. I wanted to do this, but oh well. Thanks for watching. Please comment if you have any information or any comments or any insight to any of this kind of crazy stuff. Thanks for watching. God bless.